So, my sister-in-law Sarah likes to tell everyone that her 7-year-old son Mason is a gifted free spirit. In reality, he's a walking demolition crew with a bowl cut and no supervision. Last Sunday, I was shut in my home office finishing a massive presentation for my firm, the kind of deal that decides whether your year is great or catastrophic. I was under serious pressure when Mason wandered in. No knock, no warning, just entitlement. His eyes locked onto my limited edition vintage turntable. Before I could even get out of my chair, he dragged the needle straight across my favorite vinyl. The sound made my chest tighten instantly. Before I could react, he grabbed my custom-etched glass paperweight, stared right at me, and hurled it through my office window. Glass exploded everywhere. Mason didn't cry, he didn't freeze, he didn't even look shocked. He smirked and said, "Oops, guess it's broken now," then walked out like nothing had happened. I was shaking when I stepped into the kitchen and told Sarah exactly what he'd done. She didn't look up from her salad. She sighed and said, "Oh, Tyler, he's just expressing his frustration with your rigid energy. You really shouldn't keep fragile things around a growing child." My brother Mark shrugged and said, "He's 7, relax, it's just stuff." That's when the anger hit, the quiet kind that settles in your bones, the kind where you don't raise your voice because you're afraid of what might happen if you do. And that's when I noticed my dad. He was leaning against the counter, arms crossed, saying nothing. He wasn't upset, he wasn't amused, he was just paying attention. The next morning, while Sarah was outside on the deck meditating, my dad asked everyone to come out to the driveway. He was holding Sarah's brand new white leather designer tote, the one she'd been showing off all week, $3,000, pristine. Without a word, my dad walked into the garage, grabbed a bottle of permanent black motor oil, and poured it directly into the center of the bag. The oil soaked in immediately. For a moment, there was complete silence. Then Sarah screamed, "What are you doing? That bag cost $3,000? My dad didn't flinch. He looked at her, then glanced at me and gave me a slow, deliberate wink. Then he turned back to Sarah and said calmly, "It's just leather. Don't be so rigid. The oil is just expressing its frustration with your expensive taste." Mason stood frozen, staring at the bag. For the first time in his life, he watched an action meet a consequence. Sarah grabbed Mason, Mark didn't say a word, and they left 10 minutes later. They haven't been back since, and honestly, my Sunday dinners have never been more peaceful.